So in the last couple of months of 2024, New Balance was bringing back a pair of shoes which was originally a pair of running shoes at the start of the 2000 era, and given that this one is coming at a very reasonable price, which is £100 or 110 US dollars, I had to get this one in and see exactly how it is. Hello guys, and welcome back for a brand new review. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and also giving me a like. It really helps out the channel. As I said earlier, in today's video we're gonna have a look at the comeback of a pair of early 2000 shoes, which was at that time a pair of running shoes, but a lot of changed since then, guys. And this one nowadays, and a lot of models actually, are just becoming lifestyle shoes. So let's go ahead and take them out of the box, guys, which as expected will come in one of the regular ones in this dark gray colorway, which will have the New Balance logo and the lettering in this whitish color here on top. So let's just go ahead and take them out. So in today's video, guys, we're gonna have a look at one out of 15 to 20 already colorways available, and this one will be for the New Balance 740 in the white colorway. So it seems that back in the early 2000s, this 740 was a pair of running shoes, which was a bit different to what we are getting now. Nevertheless, this one was revived at the end of 2024, where we were getting a few color combinations, also a collaboration or two as well. And this one, guys, it's one of their cheapest releases, which will include this absorb midsole, which, as you might know, it's one of their most comfortable. So this one, it's coming at £100 or 110 US dollars, making this one quite a very cheap mesh runner. So of course I had to get this one in and see exactly what we are getting for that £100. Straight out of the box, I need to admit that I'm not too impressed, but in the same time it's just £100, so I guess in a way it's decent. For sure, if you really want a cheap one, this one could be an option. You can also just wait for these ones to go on sale. For sure you can get them for 70-80 quid in a couple of months. You're gonna receive good materials for this upper, which most of them are synthetic anyway. But yeah, it's not that bad, to be honest. So let's go ahead and also do a small breakdown of this one, guys. So as you can see, for this upper, we're gonna have a mix of just two materials. As a base layer, we're gonna have this mesh, which I need to admit that it doesn't feel too good. From what I've seen, we already have some different mesh for this model already. So this mesh will be present for most of this upper as a base layer. And on top, we're gonna have this synthetic tumble leather in this cream color, which will have a very interesting design. Will expose a lot of this mesh. We'll also have some gray reflective material on top, if I'm not mistaken. Then in the midfoot, as expected, we're also gonna have this N logo, which will be a reflective one. So this one is available on both medial and lateral side. Then on the lateral side of the ankle section, we're also gonna have written 740. At the back, we're also gonna have this very small New Balance logo, which will also be present at the bottom of the lacing system as well. Speaking about the lacing system, this one will include some perforation holes, also some loops here in the middle, which will keep in place these cream flat laces. But in the actual box, you're gonna receive a second pair with some black dots on top. Then underneath these laces, we're gonna have a very well padded tongue in the same mesh material, which will come in this cream color. And this one will have on the middle this synthetic material, which will have written on top 740 and also the New Balance lettering towards the top. Then going inside of the shoe, for this one we're gonna have a very nice lining, which underneath will have a minimal amount of padding. For sure I would have preferred to have more. And also at the bottom we're gonna have this very cheap foam insole, which at least on top will have this very nice honeycomb design, and this one will also have the NB logo imprinted here at the heel section in this white color. So now guys, we can go to this absorb midsole in this gradient coloring. So starting on the front, we're gonna have it in cream, then in the midfoot will turn to brown, and covering the whole heel section, this one will be a gray one. I need to admit that the design for this one doesn't look too appealing, but I think it's actually looking a bit better than the upper. It will also have this absorb branding on the lateral side of the heel section, but I need to admit that this one is actually quite comfortable. It's not that heavy either, so I would say that for 100 pounds guys, this one is actually quite good. So now we can finish with this yellowish rubber outsole, which I need to admit that it's actually quite a thick one, so the grip for sure will be quite good. As you can see here at the front, we're also gonna have some absorb foam exposed towards the sides of the shoe. Then in the midfoot, we don't actually have a stability clip, but this rubber midsole goes and wraps it slightly in the midfoot, where we're also gonna have this New Balance lettering. And as you can see at the heel section, we're gonna have more of this absorb exposed, and also this blue foam, which feels actually quite soft. So I would say the design is actually quite decent. As in for the actual sizing guys, for this one I just went with my true to size, and I need to admit that for me, as I have skinny feet, this one fits me just fine. And I would say that it's going to be roughly the same for people with normal feet, but just in case you have wide feet guys, I think you'll need to consider going with a half size up just to make sure that this one is not going to be too tight for you. So overall guys, having this New Balance 740 in for a review, which as I said earlier made a comeback at the end of 2024. I need to admit that for the retail price which this one comes at, which will be 100 pounds or 110 US dollars, the materials are not that bad. For sure, for this price you can't expect to receive suede or leather materials. For sure, everything you are getting for this pair, it feels cheap, but at least we are getting a very good level of comfort, which will mainly come from this absorb midsole. As I said earlier, that foam midsole inside is actually quite cheap and thin. If you want to have something a bit better, you have so many other options coming from New Balance and other brands, which most of the times you need to go around 140 to 150 pounds or 160 US dollars. But if you want something cheaper, for sure this one could be a very good option, which most definitely at some point will go on sale. So overall, if you want to have a pair of these 740s, which as I said, the start of the video was a pair of running shoes at the start of the 2000 era, this one, it's not a bad option at all. So yeah guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of this first pair of 740 which I got it in. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you want to have a look at any of my latest reviews, you can choose from any of the videos which you have now on the screen. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.